happy Sunday. So I'm out and about, but I'm going to be vlogging today for day number 8 for Vlogmas, all about me. 15 very personal things about me, so stay tuned. You should know that. It's probably the first thing I tell anybody about me is that I'm a Scorpio, baby. A true Scorpio, okay? November 4th is my birthday. I'm 31 years old. I'm a legit Scorpio. I'm very proud. That's right. I'm a high school dropout, former. And I went back and completed my bachelor's degree in science with a major in human services and a master's of arts / education specialist degree in mental health counseling. And I did all that in 5 years after becoming a high school dropout. I never thought I was going to be a high school dropout. I never saw that coming. I mean, I was in all honors classes, advanced college courses in high school. I hung out with the nerdy kids, you know, and I knew all the popular kids too. I just got caught up in a relationship, you know, and dropped out. But I got my education. That's right. I've been on my own since I was 18 years old. I moved out with my baby. Well, yeah, my son, he was like anywhere from 3 to 6 months at the time. And I had just found out I was pregnant with my daughter, my second child. I was devastated, by the way, you know, because I had not planned for that to happen. And if you read my book, you know how that happened, which I'll talk about in another one. So yeah, I've been on my own since I was 18. Yep. So when I was 11 or 12, I was diagnosed with a gastro disease, which is Crohn's disease. And I say gastro because I can't say the whole word, gastro something, right? But it was crazy. You know, I remember the pain, you know, and I wouldn't wish it on anybody, but that was a very traumatic experience for me. Can you imagine being a little girl and you're literally dying and you don't know if you're going to live? That was pretty tough. So up until this year, I didn't want to tell anybody about this one because it's kind of embarrassing to me. And I know you might say, well, you were a therapist. Why was that embarrassing to you? But it was. So I'm a survivor of domestic violence, childhood illness, and sexual assault. The last one, I never really told anybody about that one. I think more so because it was how my daughter was conceived. And I knew that it was just a weird situation to talk about for me. Being a very strong, independent black woman, it just made me feel some kind of way. And I had to really, really come to terms with the fact that it wasn't my fault and that it didn't make me any less than, it didn't make me weak, you know. It was just something that happened, and I thank God that my daughter is here, you know, but I would not wish that on anyone ever. But that does lead me to my next one. Yes, so I know I'm a therapist, right? I've been practicing treating mental illness and addiction for about 12 years, and along with being a therapist, I also have mental illness. I struggle with mental illness for forever. PTSD, anxiety disorder, and depression. And they all came from witnessing domestic violence since I was a little girl, then being in my own domestic violence relationship, and with domestic violence, I don't think I ever, there was this one instance where a gun was put to my head and the trigger was pulled. So, when I say PTSD, I mean real PTSD, you know? When you're that close to losing your life multiple times, it's crazy. And obviously with the childhood illness, I almost lost my life, and then the sexual assault. But I think being a therapist and having gone through those things myself, it helps me, and it helped me be more relatable, or being able to relate more to my clients, because I could understand what anxiety looks like. I could understand what it's like to struggle with PTSD and the hypervigilance and not trusting people and isolating. I could understand the dark cloud that comes with depression. I understood and relate to all of that because I experienced it myself. I still do. And I also understand what it's like to be on the other side of the couch when you're working with a therapist. I understand how uncomfortable it can be. So I think it definitely helped me to be a better therapist because I can relate with some real type stuff. So yeah, I mean, I know I don't look like a mom. Or like I'm more like a MILF, you know what I'm saying? But I have been a mom since I was 13. The sun was not letting me great right now. No, not since I was 13. I have been a mom for 13 years. There we go. I have been a mom for 13 years. Almost 13 years. My son will be 13 next month in January. He's a little Capricorn, very stubborn. And then my daughter will be 12 in February. Like literally right after him. They're like, what, 13 months apart. One of the biggest highlights, so yeah, I was nominated for the Forbes 30 under 30 list. That was so major to me. And I think for me, it just was like, okay, you really can do something here. You have the capacity to really manifest these goals because you're striving for these major goals. Like Forbes 30 under 30 is like major, huge, right? Obviously I didn't make the list, but just to be nominated and be considered for something like that, and I still receive those emails from them, and it's so amazing. I'm like, oh my God, like, this is crazy. But hey. So I have been a speaker for 5 years, and it started when I was in graduate school. I presented at different conferences on different topics related to mental illness and addiction. And when I tell y'all I'm shy, which most people do not believe I'm so shy, but it's also the anxiety of it as well. But I think that was one of those things that helped me push through it and to cope with it, because it was like, just do it. You know, face your fear. Yes, you're nervous. Yes, you don't really like being in front of people like that, which is why when it comes to the movie industry, I'm not trying to be an actor, never try to be an actor. I'd rather be behind the scenes, producing the movies and content. But anyway, it was something I had to do to get over my own fear of being in front of people. And I fell in love with it. I love sharing information and teaching people and being a public speaker. Now, most people know this about me, especially if you've been around me at all, you should know this. I'm a vegetarian. I've been a vegetarian for 12 years now, I think 12 years. I went vegan for 1 year. Oh Lord, I lost 20 pounds and I was like, no. So I went right back to being a vegetarian, and you might know the difference. So vegan is you don't eat any dairy products or any byproduct of an animal. Vegetarian, you don't eat any meat, but you still eat stuff that's kind of made with animal products, if that makes sense. So yeah, and I'm not the smallest person in the world. Okay, so I still kept my weight. I still try to maintain, but I don't eat meat, and I haven't for almost going on 13 years. So I don't like people being in my business like that, but I'll tell y'all this. I am currently single and celibate. So single because it's just kind of really hard to meet my match, honestly. I tried. And celibate because I'm just not a person that can have like casual sex. I know some people that's okay with them, but for me it's not. For multiple reasons. First, I mean, people get attached to you, so I mean, sorry, I told you I was a Scorpio. I told you. But secondly, I think it's so much deeper than just like the physical act of having sex. I think it's an emotional bond, a spiritual connection. And honestly, at this point in my life, I'm not trying to do that with anybody that's not going to be my husband. That's just where I'm at. So, you know, I'm 31, and honestly, I feel like I'm going to be on some Devon Franklin and Megan Good type stuff. Like, I'd rather wait. And the Sierra and Russell, like, well, if we're serious about each other, we can wait till we get married. Like, honestly, it's really not that big of a deal. But that shows a level of commitment. If you're serious and you want me in your life, you can wait. And that's just where I'm at. Single and celibate. So I grew up in a family full of deacons and ministers and all that stuff, but surprisingly, to most people. I am not a very religious person at all. I'm much more spiritual. Something most people don't know is that I grew up in a family. My mom was Christian, you know, so I went to church from a little girl up, and my father is Muslim. So it was kind of like this mix of different religions, and I was just like, I don't really know, you know. I practiced Christianity pretty much my whole life, but for a couple years I did practice Islam. I mean, I wore the whole hijab, went to the mosque, did prayer 5 times a day, all of that. Like, I was legit, and it taught me a lot of discipline. I think that's what people don't, if you don't know that about me, it's kind of like, why are you the way you are? And it's like, that religion taught me so much. But I realized too, though, that I didn't want to be a part of any religion. I practice a more spiritual. Do I believe in God? Absolutely. I know that there is nothing that can be accomplished without our higher power. If you ask me, I would say I'm Christian. But honestly, I really don't. I can relate to any, you know what I'm saying, because I had that background. But I'm more spiritual. I believe in God. I believe in my higher power, and I'm not going to treat you any different because you have a different religion. And I think people need to stop doing that. So it is what it is. But now you know. So I've been waiting so long to announce this one. Hold on, let me get out the sun. Here we go. So I'm a millionaire. I'm kidding. Not yet, okay? But I'm going to be. And I just want to put that one out there, that I'm going to be a millionaire very soon. So just stay tuned for the official announcement, okay? Alright, so I could not leave this one out. I am absolutely terrified of 4-legged animals. So dogs, cats, anything, just any animal, honestly. I can't. No, I will run and I will find the highest table, bookshelf, whatever I need to climb on top of a person. Yeah, don't be standing beside me. If a dog come near me and you stand beside me, I'm going to be on top of your shoulders in some kind of way. Listen, I'll apologize afterwards. But I'm just letting y'all know. If you didn't know, if you don't know, now you know. I'm terrified of animals. Don't play with me and bring one near me, because it's not going to work out too well for any of us. Okay? Number 15, the last one. I don't know. I don't even know what I put, but thank you for tuning in and being with me for this one. 15 things, or 15 personal things about me, and I think it was important for me to share these things with you so you knew who you were following all this time. And I think people who have been on this journey with me on YouTube, you probably didn't know half these things, because I kept it pretty much about finances or goals or whatever, but now you know. Hope you can connect with some of that. Whatever you can relate to, leave me a comment in the comment section below. And thank you guys. I'll see you tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 9.